This video will demonstrate how to create custom comment codes in Google Docs and add reteaching with YouTube videos. To get started, let's head on over to Google Docs. So here I am in a Google Doc, and we're going to go ahead and assume this is a piece of student writing and I'm evaluating it as a teacher. Oftentimes, teachers will use one piece of feedback over and over again as they evaluate student writing. Handwriting this or typing this out over and over again can become very repetitive. So let's take a look at how we can utilize Google Docs to streamline this process. To create our own custom comment codes in Google Docs, we're first going to click Tools at the top of the screen and then click Preferences. Once you're here, at the very top you'll see Replace and With. So I'm going to go ahead and replace the word splice. So whenever I type the word splice, a message will appear on the screen. So then on the with, I'm going to type what I want to show up. So we'll see that every time I type the word splice, this message over here will show up. And we're actually going to also include a link to a YouTube video for reteaching. So let's take a look at what that's going to look like. So I'll hit OK. And what I like to do when I do this, I'm going to switch from editing mode to suggesting mode. So I'll come up here to the top right corner of the screen where you see the pencil that says editing. I'm going to click over to suggesting. Then maybe I want that comment to go right here. I'm just going to type the word splice and hit space, and notice that splice will turn into this long piece of feedback. And notice at the end of the feedback, we have a link that redirects us out to a YouTube video. So the first part of this is going in and learning to create your custom comment codes in the Google Doc preferences by clicking Tools and Preferences and typing what you want to replace and what you want it to be replaced with. The great thing about this is that these will always be available to you in Google Docs until you remove them. The second thing we need to look at here is how to create this customized short URL for reteaching. So whenever I have one of these pieces of feedback, I always want to attach some reteaching to it so students can go back and restudy the concept and apply it to their writing. I'll often use YouTube videos. So I'm going to open a new tab and head on over to YouTube and do a quick search for comma splice. So I found this video that I want to throw into my Google Doc comment codes, so whenever a student has a comma splice, they watch this video for reteaching. The first thing you may want to do is come up here and grab this YouTube link in the address bar. That's a problem because all these uppercase letters will default to lowercase when you add this link to the preferences, and the link won't work. So what we need to do instead is to use a Chrome extension called bit.ly to create a custom short URL. If you don't already have the bit.ly Chrome extension, you can head on over to the Chrome Web Store and then go ahead and do an extension search for bit.ly. And you have to be careful, there are two bit.ly extensions. I always use the one that's offered by bit.ly. You'll click the blue Add to Chrome, accept the permissions, set up a free account, and you'll be good to go. So my bit.ly extension is this little orange B with a circle around it. And if I want to go ahead and make a custom URL for this page, I'm going to go ahead and click that extension. And we have this little pane that shows up on the right. And I'm going to click where it says Customize. And I'm going to create my own custom URL. When you're using bit.ly or any other URL shortening service, it's a good idea to come up with a naming convention to use whenever you create short URLs, because once a bit.ly has been used once, it can't be used again. So I go ahead and I'll always type pres, a dash, and then whatever else, whatever the topic of the video is. So in this case, it'll be pres dash comma splice. And then I'll hit save. You'll see in the middle of the screen that the bit.ly was successfully saved. And now at the top, I'll just simply hit copy. And one more thing to notice here is that I used all lowercase letters. Bit.lys are case sensitive, So it's a good idea. You always want to use all lowercase letters, especially when you're putting them in Google Docs. Now that I have created and copied my custom short URL, let's head back on over to that Google Doc we are working in and create another custom comment code. Once I'm in my Google Doc, I'll hit Tools and Preferences. Then in the blank at the top, I will type the text I want to replace right here. So we'll say splices. And then over here on the right, I'll type the text I want to replace it with that includes that custom short URL we just created. And I'll go ahead and hit OK. If you remember, I said I like to switch to suggesting mode before I leave my custom comment codes, and that's because when I go into suggesting mode, it prompts the students to look at them with that green border they're going to see. And I'll type splices, hit the space bar, and then we'll see my message, and then that short URL shows up at the bottom. This has been a brief overview on how to create custom Google Doc comment codes and add in some reteaching.